Hi everyone, and welcome to another video in the Anywhere Club's interview series. My name's Chris Howard, and I'm one of the English Community Channel hosts here. It's a real privilege to have you join us wherever you are in the world. And if this is your first time tuning in, then let me tell you a little bit about the Anywhere Club. We're an online growing community of IT professionals focused on building your IT career, whether that's through learning new languages, helping with relocation, or just meeting like-minded professionals in an online learning space. It's a real fantastic environment to get stuck into a whole range of conversations through a whole suite of social channels, which I'll tell you a little bit more later. If you haven't engaged with us already, then it's super easy. All you need to do is just check out aw.club. You can sign up, register, and start to engage with our growing community of IT professionals immediately. I'm super excited today to be talking about a brand new technology area for me, gaming solutions, and we're joined by a real expert in this space, Vitalii Vashchuk. I'm going to invite him to the stage to introduce himself, tell us a little bit about his role and what he does at EPAM in this space. Vitalii, great to meet you.
Thank you, Chris. And hi, everyone. It's really nice to be here today. And gaming is one of the fastest growing verticals. And apparently, half of the planet play video games. Almost 3.5 billion people play video games in this or that forms. And it means that you or a member of your family contribute to this one of the fastest growing industries. I'm responsible for EPAM gaming verticals. So our goal is to stay ahead of industry trends and create engaging and immersive gaming experiences for hundreds of millions of players and our customers that represent gaming companies.
Amazing. Well, I mean, perfectly clear and makes perfect sense. And I'll be transparent with you already. I'm a bit of a secret gamer. I only play one game, which I'm sure we're going to be talking about later. But I'm really excited to have you joining us. So let's kick off and just, it'd be great to hear a little bit more, or if you could share a little bit about your journey and how you got into the gaming solution space, what brought you to where you are today, and kind of that journey for yourself.
Well, I'm a developer by trade and spent all my life building platforms as a product manager later on for telecom and media companies later on. Actually, my journey in game and tech began with my roots as a developer, so where I first delved into mobile and video services for games. And this experience opened my eyes to the vast potential of gaming technologies and its impacts on millions of users. And then over next years, I've been working again and again in media and telco field. It was fun. It was very excited. But apparently, my return to the games and field was inevitable. So, driven by my passion for innovation and technologies. Joining EPAM 7 years ago marked a significant turn in my career, especially at a time when our gaming exposure was just beginning to take shape.
Incredible. I mean, it sounds like we're riding a real wave, and I know we're going to be hearing a lot more about this from you. I'd be really keen to kind of hear as a starting point before we jump into some of that detail. And I know many people who are listening want to hear about skills and tools, etc. But before we do that, are there any kind of key milestones or projects you've been engaged in your career that really stick out as having significant impact, either for yourself personally or actually, of course, what we're hearing in the media and this kind of blast of new gaming technology and solutions that we're hearing about?
Just to be very, very clear, so I'm reflecting on my career back. I'm very grateful for the collaborative achievements with my team, with EPAM team especially. So we've been embarked on various groundbreaking projects, each leaving a profound imprint on the gaming landscape. And these experiences have not only honed our technical expertise, but also reinforced our commitment to advancing the gaming field by itself. So the project ranged from taking part development some of the sophisticated game engines that right now used all over the game industry to integrate in the various types of edge AI solutions to keep hundreds of millions of players safe while they create content and publish this content for developers. And as well, even something like publishing the video games in a very, very fast manner that allows game developers to bring their things to the audience in a very fast manner. So I think one of the coolest projects that, again, my team and I have been exposed is to build anything relevant to the social experiences for players. So imagine that Every time you play the video game, you need to log in somehow to the game, and then using your login, you have your own social profile. You would like to play the game, and of course, you would like to play the game with your friends. And how can you find friends in this social interactions? Well, through the social graph. And EPAM team took a very, very big contribution and a very big part in developing these technologies. And right now, more than 500 million players use this login technologies. And also, they can connect with almost 3 billion social connections around that. So imagine that EPAM team take part in something to develop literally one of the largest gaming social graphs that now used across the gaming audiences. And we are very proud in taking part of this journey.
I mean, they're just massive numbers. I mean, I suppose when I log on and I play, or maybe I don't know, smash out a few hours in the evening, or whatever, you don't necessarily think of the scale of all of the infrastructure, all of the effort that goes into that, and of course the team. And I think it's testament to you to call them out and celebrate their success as well as part of that. I know that we've definitely got people watching this who see that kind of title, head of gaming solutions, and really want to know, is that all about sitting in front of a computer and playing games all day, which we know it isn't. So perhaps you could just tell us a little bit more about what that role entails, particularly as you are in that position, and what your kind of day-to-day or some of the kind of general things that you're involved in are.
Lovely. So again, first of all, in general, my role is to support our gaming customers. Also interact with partners as cloud providers, data providers, or specific game solutions companies, as they're in gaming too. So just for the reference, cloud providers invest a significant amount of resources to create specific services for game industry. Why? Because it is one of the fastest growing verticals. And also you never probably can see the scale of cloud consumptions uh, anywhere else except media or gaming industries by itself. And of course, part of my role is also to define the solution that we build for our customers. Why? Because the solutions are a lot are custom, or they need to be integrated to the gaming landscape. So just to be fully clear, so traditionally when we think about video games, people think about content creation as part of or art or quality assurance. However, there is a whole ecosystem that lays behind your favorite Fortnite, Call of Duty, or Roblox. So large AAA video games consist of dozens of services that has to build, like online services, things like matchmaking, leaderboards, game services, data lakes, any marketing insight that comes out of that. Security, because many people would like to get your data, and if you would like to buy something using your credit card there. Things like content moderation, when you need to make sure that there is a trust, there is a safety inside of your game, publishing tools, player engagement, lifecycle management. I'm not even mentioning that every game company is an IT company that has hundreds or even thousands of employees that needs to get things that help them to create video games faster and in a more secure and robust manner.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense when you put it like that and list out all of those kind of functions and skills and competencies that exist in building a game and maintaining that. So I know that we have people watching that are sitting across a whole broad spectrum of skills and competencies, and actually this is exciting because it's not something that's necessarily closed off to people. There's a whole range of skills, which I know we're going to talk about a little bit later. You mentioned Fortnite, and then there we go. This is the game that I play. I mentioned it at the beginning as well. It really has become a cultural phenomenon. I mean, the numbers are massive. The contests that are going on, the infiltration into brands, and all of this that goes on as part of this incredible game. But surely there are incredible opportunities, but also challenges that come with something at such scale and the title like Fortnite brings. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about some of those maybe opportunities or challenges that you come across in your role with something as grand and at scale as Fortnite.
Well, again, the Fortnite creation is a full credit to the Epic Games and the hundreds of really, really great developers and partners and producers that helped to create the game. So, and again, I cannot just go deeper into that context, but I will talk a little bit more about Fortnite and how it's impacted us, our team, and the society by itself. So it's a huge kudos type of games. They built an incredible ecosystem of services that are available for game developers. Why? Because this service has been battle tested on Fortnite scale. Things like account services, things like Epic Online Services. Epic Online Services by itself, the ecosystem that allows game developers to create games way faster using their services, plus using Unreal Engine or any other engine, and then publish them on the tools like Epic Game Store or self-publishing tools by itself. I think this is a really, really great. When we think about the cultural phenomenon, so again, Fortnite really it's an incredible game. It's a game inside of the game. So now game creators and developers can create their own experience inside of Fortnite by using tools like Unreal Engine Fortnite Creative or using the scripting language like Verse, and also work with their audiences they can bring to the table. We've seen these experiences come from the Twitch streamers or big YouTubers, or we've also seen the collaboration with YouTubers like Mr. Beast, or recent concerts that happened inside of Fortnite with Eminem, or also you can see things like creating your own music inside of Fortnite. That's really, really incredible. And what I'm trying to say is that the sense of community. It's something that comes with the great games. So it's not only just have fun, but also have fun with other people that can be your friends, your relatives, or even your colleagues. We've seen some of the people have their own team building instead of Fortnite, and it's really, really cool.
I, I love that. I love that. And I was definitely going to ask a question around how do you engage with some of those kind of communities, those collaborators, etc. And you've touched upon that. I think it's something that Fortnite does incredibly well around taking community opinion, what's hot at the moment, what are the trends, perhaps which movies are coming out. Of course, there's a corporate element to it as well, but bringing those into that experience to build something above and beyond what it could just be a game. It's now that whole kind of experience. And I love that idea around team building within there. Perhaps I'm going to borrow that for one of my upcoming team building meetings and see if I can get some of the team into Fortnite. Watch this space, I suppose, my team, if you're listening.
Many of the great community building happening around various video games. We've seen it happen within the Roblox when kids or teenagers that create also online experience that they hang out there, and also we've seen brands come into that experience because they would like to be exposed to these millions and millions of people that are willing to spend time in these virtual environments. I'm not talking about metaverse by itself, but I'm talking about specifically about the experiences and community building inside of it.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. So a big part of what we do at the Anywhere Club, and hopefully I was trying to illustrate that at the beginning, is around building skills and capabilities and helping IT professionals, be them new in their career or established and looking to get into something different, to really improve that skill set. So I'd love to grill you a little bit on kind of gaming technology solutions, gaming technologists, if you like, and think about some of those aspiring individuals maybe that want to get into that gaming tech arena. What kind of experience, skills, tools, competencies should they be kind of thinking about or working towards in this space as a kind of good starting point?
So first of all, you should love video games. I think that's probably one of the best skill that you should bring to the table, because if you like something, and the skills will come together sooner or later. But really, if we are all of us are developers by trade, or people are producers or work in a business space. So we're specifically for the technical people. So aspiring gaming professionals should really focus on software development skills. Things like game design principles, understanding user experience, and also creativity, problem solving, and teamwork are very essential. And also staying abreast of the industry trends is key. So if we specifically think about where should I start, or where should I go? So literally, if you are a developer or regular developer, so this is more than enough to join into gaming space, because many people think that, oh, if I need to work for the game company or for the gaming solution team at EPAM, I just need to know how to use Unreal Engine, how to know only C++. Not really. So you can use your React, you can use Node.js, you can be just an expert in AWS or Azure or GCP, because many of the gaming experience created as a platform or as a service. So, and many people that don't even touch game development, but they touch the service that lies behind the game, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned that obviously that interest in gaming, I think key, or it's certainly you would hope that people coming to work would be enjoying what they were doing anyway. So makes sense, but good to call that out. And then specifically, are there any specific programming languages that are beneficial? I hear you mentioned the game engine, Unreal Engine, but are there any languages that kind of top of the pile in terms of beneficial?
Well, for gaming technology, so mastering languages like C++ is very beneficial, because if you know C++, so you can again easily work with a number of with a number of native clients, and also it's exposed you to Unreal Engine, so which is now by default became one of the most powerful game engines, but also game engine, but also the engine that's used by other industries like movie production or is in media entertainment, etc. So, but actually familiarity with game engines like Unreal and Unity is very recommended. Also, these tools are fundamental in modern game development. And also, as I said earlier, every game company needs services. So if you're web or backend or S3, you can always find a spot in the gaming company and help to run these great games by itself. Just an example I can give you. So, for instance, if you run large AAA game or multiplayer game, so when you have thousands or tens of thousands of players simultaneously, imagine that you need to run it somewhere. So either it is in the cloud or in on-prem data center. So you need to know how cloud works. We need to know the cloud technologies. So that's kind of a great role to have. Also, if you create an event and also you would like to know more about the insights about the players, you need to be a good data engineer. So you need to work with data lake, with streaming analytics, and all of these tools that you can find right now in other industries are really necessary in the game industries too. So that's really cool.
I love it. I love this idea that there are cloud engineers or security experts, etc., who are doing perhaps the assumed typical activities associated with that. But as you said right back at the beginning, there are also these IT companies, these gaming companies who need all of those skills and expertise as well, who are doing something very, very different on a daily basis. So you're right, there's definitely a spot for everyone there. We've spoken a little bit, and as my final question around kind of skills, competencies, but we've spoken a lot about the technical skills in the background. But are there some key, what we'd call kind of soft skills that really are important or you believe are essential for success in that gaming tech role?
Absolutely. So again, beyond technical skills, strong communication, adaptability, and collaboration are vital. Again, the ability to work in a really fast-paced and evolving environment and the passion for gaming are also crucial for success in this field. So why I'm talking about that? So the some of the regulated industries. So you can, at least predict many things that you're working on, sometimes weeks or months ahead. While the gaming industry is a very, very dynamic. So many things are changing over time. So, and also you need to be very, very adaptive. You need to be ready to work on something from scratch or use things that has been built a while ago. This is some people will say, hey, nothing new. It's my regular job. But trust me, the being adaptive, being a team member and team player, it's very, very essential in this space. And take into account that many of the titles they have specific dates and you really need to ship them and make sure that the experience is really, really great. Because what if something doesn't work on the cloud side? What if something works on the data side? What if you are not able to log into your favorite game on the moment of release? That can create a lot of frustration. So make sure that you are very adaptive. Make sure you can communicate your ideas in a well spoken manner. And trust me, you won't see a lot of documentation there, but you will see a lot of passionate and really great people in this industry.
I love that. I love that. I think, and I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of real agile experts and lean ways of working, people listening. So there's music to their ears. But yeah, I think that fast-paced industry, it's probably one of the very few, like you say, where things are so rapidly changing that ability to perhaps have that kind of quarterly or even monthly view of what's coming in the future just isn't necessarily always there. So, I mean, thanks for that incredible insight. Let's talk about something that is a hot topic. Everyone I interview and speak to recently, it's the buzzword at the moment, AI, kind of future emerging technologies. I'd just love to hear maybe 90 seconds from you around where do you think these kind of new technologies, these kind of real breakthrough initiatives are going to influence the future of gaming? What's your thoughts on that, Vitalii?
Well, again, I'm going to talk about it in more details at a Game Development conference in March. So where we bring great experts with AI from large gaming studios, and we'll talk about it in more details, but in very, very, very short manner. So first of all, AI, the thing that will impact gaming quite drastically. It will personalize gaming experiences, it create more intelligent, non-playable characters, and enhance game design. So, and these technologies will lead to a more immersive and adaptive gaming environments. Why it is important? Because while now you need to create your game, so you need to have dozens, sometimes hundreds of artists that work on your favorite characters that do it in different manners, sometimes manually. It is very expensive. It takes a lot of time, and using right AI toolset can potentially enhance this experience way faster. So, and by meaning that, many of the game companies are now experimenting in this field. However, there are also many legal things that comes out of there. So who is going to own the content in this case? If it's created by machine, if they use this data from the public, can they reuse this data to their own? So this is something that is, I think, still in progress of solving, but technologies that are driving very, very fast. And I've seen some of the games created by just like a very, very simple commands, and now you can create a very fast game that you literally have to spend like a week or two or a month to create. Now you can create it in a matter of hours using AI, and this is very, very fascinating.
Well, I promise you I didn't plan this, but you talk about speed and operating at speed in that last question. When I was preparing for this interview, I was thinking about my next question, which is around the rise in popularity of eSports and the impact of gaming technology. But I'll give you a few seconds on where my thought process came about. I was thinking about F1 racing and how over the years that's evolved, and as more and more people watched it, more and more sponsorship, more and more tournaments around it, obviously the innovation that's been driven has now led us to this incredible world of electric F1 driving and all of the innovation and value that's come from that. I suppose my question, and hopefully I haven't answered it, is do you see the impact of esports having a similar impact on things like game development, game technology solutions that you're involved in?
The rise of esports is significantly impacting the gaming by itself. Also, the driving the needs of high-performance gaming platforms and fostering a more competitive and social gaming environment. Because remember, we play games as a social experience, but now we have the stars that represent specific uh, players, and we see the stars they are doing some Twitch streaming. They have their own teams. The budgets of some of the winning are millions and millions of dollars. We've seen some of the Dota competition here, like in Seattle, literally a couple of months ago. That was really, really fascinating. But what I'm trying to say is that the traditional sport, as we see, we like watching soccer, or we like to watch baseball, or any other experiences, and the esports is not a big difference, because we like our favorite game and we have our own favorite players that like to play it, and this is coming very, very up to a time. And also we've seen some of the even countries making strategic investment like that. Like we've seen, like Saudi Arabia, they make one of their strategy to develop esports within the country, because many of the population in this country play video games. I would like to make it on a more strategic level. We've seen some of the telco carriers, so they come and ask even for our help in terms of consulting them about how to build esports platforms and how to that can really drive engagement for their own users. And this is something that will be developing over time, and we will see more and more esports stars on pair with the regular traditional sports stars.
Amazing. So looking ahead, and before we move into our wrap up and conclusion, not to make you too nervous, there's a few more questions coming up. What do you, in your position, see as the future trends or challenges, particularly that EPAM and its clients are seeing in the gaming solutions space?
The question is very, very broad. The reason for that because so first of all, we see that there are a few components that comes together. So first of all is to how to create a game. So that is and always a thing that takes a lot of time, a lot of efforts, and also it has a number of capital investment. So you need to have an environment, you need to have a powerful gaming machines, you need to create your cloud instances where you would like to test your game and see how things can work, and how to make these tools and services more accessible to not only to large AAA studios that have capital, but also to the indie developers. It's very, very important. I think now many things comes together, and we see these tools become more and more accessible. Things like how to create a game in the cloud, how to publish the game faster, how to even like use a cloud to deploy your game and see how the game can scale over time. This is like one component. I think the second component is many of the games right now, they are live games. So it means that you play this game together with your friends, and also how you can make your game an integrated social experience. How you can allow people to communicate with that game, have some fun, maybe even making new friends there. But also, it's important to make sure that this environment is safe. Why? Because not every person would like to be bullied in this game. Not every person would like to called by different names. You need to make sure that this experience, a social experience, is safe, and also it's enjoyable for everyone in the game. So the secondary, again, we talked a lot about data and data privacy. So we've seen that how even talking at home, you realize that you start getting the services from some online providers that would like to sell you something. So having the data privacy, and it's very, very essential. So to make sure that your data is not traveling all over the globe, and you can get something that you don't want. And also the accessibility is really, really important. So again, as I said, video games should be by default the safe and accessible environment. So to make sure that everyone can play the video games regardless their personal challenges is very, very important. And also things like, do I really need to buy a PlayStation, or do I really need to buy the expensive PC while I would like to play my video game on my own TV, as it is? And I think things like cloud gaming, I think will sooner or later be more and more available and more accessible. And we've seen that the next billion of players will come from the developing countries, and we see that it's already can become a trend further on for all of us.
Well, there we have it. I mean, we heard it from you here first. I mean, certainly, I think we could do a whole other talk on safety, accessibility, and really making sure that this technology, much like all of the technology we talk about on this channel, is available and secure for all. we are into our final section. And you said right at the beginning that, of course, you have a passion for gaming. So I've got 3 quick fire questions, all gaming related. So I'm just going to jump through those and then I'll thank you and we'll roll out. So the first one is, if you could choose any video game character to perhaps represent you or your career, who would it be and why?
That's a difficult question. So I play video games is about fun and it's not a career. So, but I think perhaps like Captain Price from Call of Duty. I think that's something that I really enjoy playing this character, and it's so much fun.
Amazing. I'm sure we'll get some comments on that. So next question. If you could create, and I love this question, if you could create a new gaming superpower, what would it be?
Well, I think maybe something like technomancy. It's the ability to control and manipulate any in-game technology and provide some strategic advantage. So that's maybe some of the superpower I would like to have, and that's I think pretty fun.
Yeah, well, that was me thinking of something boring like invisibility, just to hide in a corner till the last 10 people. But you're clearly the expert here. And the final one, and probably the most insightful. What's your favorite Fortnite skin?
Well, I don't consider myself as the professional Fortnite player. There are many people in their way younger age that can do it in a very, very fast and great manner. But I think one of the skins that I really enjoyed was a Black Knight skin. So you might be better off really hiding in a bush. And the skin was available as a part of the Battle Pass in the second season. And I was really, really able to have that skin. And it's apparently one of the rarest skins in Fortnite game. So it was really cool.
Amazing. Well, there we go. Thank you so much, Vitalii, for what for me has been incredibly interesting. It's an area I'm interested in, but had never perhaps seen the behind the scenes, all of the effort, the infrastructure, the collaboration, all of the stuff you've just really given us a real insight into. So a massive thank you from me for joining me today.
Thank you so much. And if any of our listeners would like to, from EPAMers, you know how to find me. But if someone's going to listen outside of EPAM, I think Chris can leave my LinkedIn here. And if you guys want to connect, maybe ask specific questions about the video game industry or anything relevant to that, happy to share to the best of my ability. So thank you all and have a nice day.
So there we have it. Thank you once again to Vitalii for joining us for what was a fantastic interview with EPAM's head of gaming solutions. I found it incredibly insightful, and hopefully those of you listening were able to garner some great insights into skills, competencies, but also, of course, some of those quick fires around favorite skins and technomancy. It's a difficult word for me to say, so I'll be reading up on that one later. As I said at the beginning, if you haven't engaged with the Anywhere Club already, then you're missing out, and you should be. So you can be joining us at aw.club. We'd encourage you to join online. It takes just 30 seconds. You can join our growing Discord channel where we're discussing all things IT skills, relocation, learning new languages, both programming languages and spoken languages, as well as our social events and a whole range of other conversations around emerging technologies, AI, LLMs, the whole selection. If you like what you've seen today, please do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. And we heard as well that Vitalii is very keen for those of you that want to find out more about gaming solutions and technology to reach out. So I'll be sure to include that data down there too. My name's been Chris Howard. I'm one of the English channel community hosts here at the Anywhere Club. Please do share anywhere if you like what you've listened to today. And I will see you very, very soon for another video in the Anywhere Club's interview series. Thank you.